You memorized the tree?
More or less.
Okay. We arrived at another mystical place in the forest.
Ah!
Good morning!
Morning! Oh, sorry.
It is kind of a chilly morning here in the south of France, but that is because it's already very late in the season and because it's pretty early. And the weather forecast said that today is gonna be a sunny and quite warm day.
Yeah?
So we are...
Are you sure?
I'm definitely looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
me too, me too. And I don't believe you. No.
This is our last stop for the summer here in France, and we came back to a place that we already visited before.
And that we love.
And that we love. We are at Domaine Lake Lantière, and the reason why we like to come back here so much is because we like how green it is. This is really an oasis of nature. It's impressive. It has a huge forest, it has a river.
Listen.
You can hear the river. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's why we are here as well. We are going to explore the nature. And we're going to start with today with the forest bath.
In the cold.
I have absolutely no idea what that means, but we are going to find out right now.
Okay.
It's an interesting start of the day.
It is. So Domi asked us to pick something up from the forest and talk about it later. The first thing I picked up was this. And this is inside of it. I don't know if you can see it. No, focus, focus, focus. Come on. Yeah, okay, I will show you later. But there is an animal inside of it, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna put it back and leave it there. Wait. So I will need to pick something else from the forest.
C'est comme si c'était de l'algue, des algues. Ça ressemble à de l'algue, des algues. Parce que les deux, c'est un mélange. Donc là, tous les glands sont en train de tomber en ce moment.
The forest bath basically consisted of 3 different parts. The first part was a walk through the forest where we got an explanation about the different trees and plants here in the forest. And eventually we also had to tell the story about the object that we picked up. And it was really interesting because for most of the others it was a story about their history, something from their childhood, how a certain plant brought back a memory.
And what was yours?
Yeah, I was the I was the exception. I just picked the plant I found beautiful. But you had one from your history.
Yes, I picked this one eventually, and the reason why I picked it is because it reminded me of the walks I did with my dad and with our dog. And my dad taught me to blow on it. I
whistle.
tried to whistle, and I tried like 100 times before now, and it didn't work. So I'm gonna try again for the video.
Drum roll, drum roll.
Sorry, Dad. I still can't do it. A little bit.
It's coming. It's coming.
Use your imagination.
Anyway. Then there was a second part, which was... We're making a video.
Okay.
Then there was a second part, which was a meditation that was related to tree and finding your personal tree.
Yeah.
It was probably very interesting because our group was all French and the meditation was in French. It was really hard to concentrate while being relaxed in nature and listening to the bird songs. So we both listened to the birds instead.
And we smelled the air because we were lying in a field of mint.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, smell it.
The smell was so
Brings
beautiful.
you back, right?
It's impossible to translate French in your head when you're in the field like
Yes,
this.
no, that's true. So we both didn't find a tree.
And then there was another part, and that was a really funny game. They blindfold you and they bring you to a tree, and then afterwards you have to try to find the tree back.
Am I supposed to see something?
No, that's the goal of the thing, the game.
I don't know if I trust you.
You have to, there's no other choice.
I know.
Found your tree. You like it?
I don't know.
You memorized the tree?
More or less.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Moss on it?
Moss. Searching for a mossy tree. Yeah, that one.
See, a lot of moss on it. Woohoo!
You found your tree. It was pretty impressive how easily we found our tree back, even though we couldn't see it and it was in the middle of a forest. So,
Are you sure you couldn't see?
so just by touching and feeling, we found the tree back, and so did everybody else,
Yeah.
which is, yeah, pretty impressive. And I imagine that on a sunny summer morning, this whole process is done in the nude, which must add an even more interesting layer. But unfortunately, this morning it was a little bit too cold. But the good news is that it's starting to be blue behind us.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and,
yeah, a little bit.
and it's starting to warm up, so it's time to get naked. I think it's about time for lunch. What do you think?
Oh yes, I'm hungry, hungry.
This is our cabin, by the way, where we are staying. We'll quickly show you around.
Welcome to our crib.
Again.
Again. So we are staying in a Kandula number 18, if I'm not mistaken.
In a chalet next to the river.
In a chalet next to the river.
If you want to stay here-
Listen. Shh. The river.
If you wanted to stay here, just ask for the cabin where Nick and Lynn's always stay.
Voila! Now it's like a museum because we stayed in here. We also stayed here 2 years ago, so for us it is a little bit nostalgic. 2 bedrooms, 3 people can sleep in that one, and once again we use it
A storage, of course.
stuff. We sleep here in the big bedroom, and like you can see through all the windows, it's surrounded by nature, and this is really, really cool. I like it. You have your own kitchen, your own bathroom with a shower and a sink, your cute little stove when it's a little bit chillier, so you can stay here in low season as well, and you have your own toilet that is here. Yeah, it's a toilet.
It's a toilet.
So we have a very beautiful terrace with a nice view. I think it's the best view of the campsite, no?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. And it's a perfect spot for lunch or dinner or an aperitif. But I have a better place.
This is something I really like about Naturist campsites. It's when they have natural water. And it's not just a small water, they have an actual river here. 2 years ago we enjoyed it most of all because it was so very hot and the water comes straight from the Pyrenees mountains, so it was really, really chill and great to refresh. Today it's a little bit too cold to swim into the river, except you want to swim in the river.
Maybe later.
Maybe later, but I don't think that's gonna happen today.
Maybe you should swim in.
No, I'm definitely not gonna swim in the river. But it's just great to picnic next to as well. And that's just part of the nature here. And on the other side of the river is an area that's called sauvage, which means wilderness, I think, in French. I think actually it is a kind of wilderness. We'll take you there.
Ta-da! And this is Le Sauvage. It's a very green area, and for sure, if we would be staying here with our tents, we would be staying on
This would be the
side.
spot.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe not this spot, but definitely one of these.
One of the big ones next to the river.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
But these are not the only places we can stay at.
Sorry, I just ate a berry. So the pitches on this part of the campsite, on the main part of the campsite, I have to say they're not bad either.
We could stay here as well.
We could stay here as well. Yeah, that's true. And you can see like those hedges. It's something that you can often find on a campsite. I don't know, textile campsite, but definitely a naturist campsite. But to me, they don't really feel like hedges.
Normally we don't like them
Normally
so
we
much.
don't like them, no. But here they are just part of nature. It's just one green, foresty thing that you're staying in. I love it. And if you look over there, that's another type of accommodation that you can rent. The river maybe is a little bit too cold even for me, but the swimming pool is heated and it looks very, very appealing. So this is where we're gonna spend the rest of our afternoon, enjoying our afternoon, taking a swim, and tomorrow we're going back into the forest.
Our naked hike of today starts not so naked. It's a bit chilly this morning, it's the end of the season. I remember when we did this last time we were here, that we walked all the way naked, but now I think I will wait until the sun gets out to take my clothes off. There are a couple of really awkward looking hills behind me. They completely don't fit in the nature of this region. And it's not really sure what they are. It's probably very, very old graves. It's quite mystique.
Verdamme.
I'm not gonna subtitle that. What happened?
Nature.
Nature.
Nature happened.
Did nature attack you again?
Yeah.
Oh, bad nature.
Bad nature. If it's not the animals that are attacking me, look. It's nature.
That's also nature.
It's also nature.
We arrived at another mystical place in the forest. Around me are 6 oak trees that are in a formation that is pretty much a perfect circle. And this is not biologically possible. So it has to be for some reason. And nobody seems to know why. The first idea would be that there was an ancient cult who used this place as to make sacrifices or something like that.
Because you have a platform.
And who
also.
planted the trees,
Yeah.
because we're standing on a kind of a platform. But the difference in age between the oldest tree and the youngest tree is about 100 years or 50 to 100 years. So it must have been planted by different generations then, which is also pretty weird. Another possible solution is that this is a magnetic field which controlled how the trees grow. Nobody knows. So if you know, leave it in the comments. Very far distance you can hopefully see the Pyrenees mountains, and behind that, that's Spain. Combien d'hectares de forêt est-ce que tu as?
Que de forêt?
Ouais.
25.
25 hectares. Et
Oui.
combien de kilomètres de balade?
Actuellement 6. Et
Oh.
normalement l'année prochaine 10.
Oh.
Oui.
Et tu fais les balades nu chaque semaine?
Oui, tous les lundis.
Hein? Et c'est populaire?
Très, très populaire.
Et pourquoi c'est si meilleur de balader nu?
Parce que quand on est tout nu, déjà de balader, c'est bien. Ça fait du bien. Parce qu'on est dans un rythme qui est très humain. La connaissance du territoire quand on balade, c'est quelque chose qui est naturel et qui est donc dans une période où on est tous à fond speedy, c'est bien. Et quand on est tout nu, on va encore plus profondément, plus vite. Et donc la rencontre aussi à l'intérieur du groupe est accélérée parce que nous sommes tout nus. Et le système quand on est tout nu, c'est qu'on est vraiment plus proche de qui on est fondamentalement. Alors que quand on a le vêtement, on est plus ou moins travesti, plus ou moins déguisé. Quand on est tout nu, ça c'est éliminé. Et donc on accède par le mécanisme de la marche encore plus vite à un bien-être. Et quand on est mieux et bien, on s'ouvre aux autres. Et ça, c'est le côté magique de la randonnée. Et moi, je connais la randonnée en groupe. Randonnée tout seul, je ne connais pas.
Ah, ok.
Ou en couple. Mais en groupe, c'est fantastique. Et c'est vraiment de plus en plus populaire. Et les personnes, même parfois, reviennent faire 2 fois le même tour. Parce que c'est très enrichissant. Et quand tu rentres, tu es vraiment en paix, c'est bien.
Ah oui, aujourd'hui, il y a un couple que c'est la 2e fois.
Oui, oui.
Are you gathering food? Because we are poor YouTubers.
Yeah. No, because they're so delicious.
You made it. Sometimes it's not so bad that it's too cold to be naked.
No, it's true.
That was what they call a good hike in the woods.
Oh, absolutely.
We hiked about 10 kilometers.
Yeah. Well, that's what our phone says.
That's what our phone says. And there are only 6 kilometers of trails, so, but we did go off trail a little bit here and there.
Yes.
And-
We believe that we hiked 10 kilometers.
And it seems like it's warming up again, so it's gonna be another great afternoon. We are going to enjoy the rest of our afternoon here, and then we're gonna start filming again, because next week's video will also be in Lake Lantière, but it will be completely different than anything we've ever done before.
So make sure to subscribe to our channel, put on your notifications. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we see you next week. Bye!